Back in the 90s, Sega were the kings of making things nobody actually wanted to buy. Like the Sega Nomad, a portable Genesis that could play real cartridges on the go, even if you needed 6 AA batteries to do it. And that's exactly what I have here in this package, a Sega Nomad console from TikTok of all places. But this one has a twist to it that truly embodies the "we made this because we can" aura of classic Sega. You guys have to see this. And as I slide this console out, you guys should immediately be able to see that this is a, as far as I'm aware, 100% 3D printed Sega Nomad. I think it has a real Nomad like inside of it for the internals. I'm not entirely sure. We will open it up later and find out, but oh my god, this print quality. Look, I don't know a lot about 3D printing. It's possible that this is actually pretty nice, and in the hands, it doesn't feel quite as bad as you might think looking at all the swirls and ridges and stuff, but it certainly doesn't look very aesthetically pleasing. Oh my god, the D-pad is awful. Anyway, let's take a quick look at like some of the other things going on. We got a speaker over here, normal for a Nomad, on top of the console. As you can see, this is where you stick your Genesis cartridges into. There's also a video out, same video out that's on a real Genesis, so you can play on your TV if you'd like. But we have a bunch of screws here holding everything together, and I actually like that we have a real sticker here as well. It makes it look fairly official. On the bottom of the console, we can see a headphone jack, I believe that is, and a second controller port, so you can connect a controller to this and play 2-player, or if you're using this as like your home console, you could plug a controller into there, and there you go. You essentially have a tiny Genesis that you can play, you know, set up whatever you want. Also, you can see we have this like screen protector on the front here with some Sharpie on it that says 63. I don't know what that's about. That comes off fairly well. Oh no! All right, grab some games we can try out here. Let's go ahead and turn the console on and see what it does. I see white so far. Is this what a Nomad does? Does it just like display nothing if it doesn't have a game inserted? I honestly have no idea. I've never played on a Nomad. Let's try it out. Let's go ahead and stick a cartridge in here. Will it read the game? This isn't looking too promising, but maybe it has to do some boot up sequence. I don't know. You know, I feel like I'm not getting the cartridge in there all the way. Let's try Sonic 2 next. It's going in there as far as it really wants to, and I don't... Oh, okay. I really had to shove it in there, but you can see it actually went a little farther in this time, so they must be using like a replacement cartridge slot or something. That's what it feels like to me. Hey, look at that. Okay, so much is happening. First of all, the game is so loud, and I really wish I had a way to turn it down. Like, there's no way. I had to be missing something, right? There's no volume slider. And then, looking at the game itself, this looks awful. Everything is so blurry. Also, what is this visual glitch going on there? I mean, guys, just like, look at how awful that is. Oh, wait, I did something. Okay, hold on, I have to pause the game. So I saw there's like a second button here, and I thought about it. Like, the Genesis controller doesn't have a select button by default. So I held it, and I think if I use the D-pad here, oh, okay, I can toggle through a few different things. It's all in Chinese. Brilliant, guys. I got an easier background to see the options up against. So we have brightness, now that we're in English, contrast, color, tint, language, rotate, reset. Where the heck is volume? Oh, I did something. I held the button, I think I hit the B button. Did it shut the console off? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm hitting these buttons like while I'm holding this button down here, and it keeps like turning things off. Oh, it's gotten louder somehow, guys. Help. Okay. Oh, thank God, my ears are saved. I can hold this button and hit A to lower the volume. Oh, man. Wait a minute, is this even running at like full speed? Am I crazy, or is this a little slower than Sonic should be running at? Is this like on an emulator or something? Like what is this? This is not a real Nomad. I refuse to believe it. You know, guys, when I saw 3D printed Sega Nomad for, how much did we pay for this? $160. Oh my God. Either way, you know, you expect it to be a little jank. It's 3D printed, but like I at least expected a real Sega Nomad of some capacity. I don't know, I guess it works at least. But by the way, the controls are terrible. The buttons are fine, I guess, but the analog stick feels so awful. Analog stick, D-pad, you know what I meant. It feels like an analog stick, honestly, the way you have to like move it around. But all right, guys, I got a little bit of a surprise for you. Don't you worry, this isn't the only console we have to show off today. In this box here is an actually real Sega Nomad that we bought off eBay. It was much more money, over $300. Ugh. But hey, at least it'll work and look like a real Sega Nomad at least. All right, sliding the real console out of its packaging, you can immediately see that this looks much closer to what a real Sega console should be looking like. You know, the D-pad immediately is actually a real D-pad that feels very good. The buttons are just sublime. They feel so perfect. The plastic feels great in the hands. And I really like this form factor. You know, it's definitely a thick console, but it feels pretty nice to hold. Bottom of the console is mostly the same. We have a brightness slider, volume slider, headphones, and our second controller port. Nice, we actually can control the volume on the console. What a concept. Top of the console also looks mostly the same. We also have a power thing for not charging in this case, just powering the console, you know, when you don't have a battery pack, which we'll get to in a second. Oh yeah, the cartridge slot, I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see this very well, but it looks so much more legit. On the back of the console, we do have the biggest difference here. We have these like little hooks and stuff and this little pin setup, so you can attach a battery pack to the console, and inside that battery pack, you would put your 6 AA batteries. This one doesn't come with a battery pack, unfortunately, so I can't play it portably at all, but that's why it included the power cable, so that's fine, I guess. But let's go ahead and plug the console in that case. I'll go ahead and flip the power switch. You can see the screen is on. I don't think it's gonna do anything, but you can at least see that this is like what a normal Sega Nomad does as well. Let's throw in our copy of Sonic 2. Oh my God, that feels, to say that feels better, you guys don't even know. That was like effortless to put that in the console. Turning it on, oh my. Is that our screen quality? I can't see anything. Oh, okay. If I adjust the slider, I can kind of get it to a spot that's okay. Viewing angles are horrific. Like, this is what it looks like to you guys, and this is more what I'm seeing. Is it better or worse than the other one? I don't know. I honestly, I would say it's exactly the same. At least you're getting the authentic experience with this. You know, that has like a certain charm to it. And right off the bat, guys, I gotta say, it is so obvious now that the other one is using some kind of emulation, because this is how Sonic 2 is meant to feel. It's snappy, fast, it's great. This feels perfect. You got the D-pad, the buttons. This is a very authentic Genesis gaming experience. This is awesome. Oh man, as I start moving quickly, look at the blur on the screen too. Oh, that looks so bad, especially in this game, you know, how fast it moves. Oh no, I started having too much fun and I actually finished a level. Anyway, that's the Nomad experience. It's a fairly simple console. It just straight up plays Genesis games, and it does it really well in my opinion. Also, the sound quality, exceptional. It's incomparable to the 3D printed one. But all right, guys, I want to take a closer look at the top of these consoles for a second. I noticed something when I put the games in that I don't know if you guys will be able to see that at all, but the inside of the cartridge ports just like look totally different. I gotta tear these things down and see what's going on the inside, because I don't believe for a second that this 3D printed monstrosity has a real Sega Nomad inside of it. And you know, honestly, this Nomad is in such a nice condition, I really don't want to open it because I just have a feeling I'm gonna break something, so we'll use online comparison photos as we open this bad boy up. All right, I got the back of the console taken off here. Right off the bat, this is, you know, I could be wrong. I don't think this is a real Sega Genesis, guys. We got the Huo board itself. So this is like the company made the board that, you know, made the actual like 3D printed case as well. As you can see, we have 2 gigantic lithium ion batteries soldered straight to the board right here. And really, there's not that much going on inside the console. There's just this one board, cartridge slot directly attached to the board itself. And you can kind of see through this little gap here that we have our screen hot glued to the 3D print. In fact, I can't go any further than this because I'm gonna start messing with a bunch of stuff that's like glued down and everything. I think this is really all the further I'm gonna be able to go into this console. But yeah, in case you need any more proof, here's our TikTok 3D printed Sega Nomad. Here's what the inside of a real Sega Nomad looks like. I'll let you guys be the judge. You think it's real? Either way though, guys, I hope you enjoyed this crazy TikTok thing that I paid way too much money for, $160 too much for. And if you wanna see a console that is somehow both more expensive and more jank and worse in every way, frankly, click this video right here. You'll see there's 3D print quality that's somehow worse than this.